The First Lady of Ukraine is participating in a two-day conference in Latvia focused on discussing the options for returning Ukrainian children who were allegedly abducted to Russia during the war. Abby Kuhathasan is in our London bureau tracking the details of this story for us this morning. So, Abby, what have we heard so far from Olena Zelenska?
Maria, we just saw Ukraine's First Lady address the conference this morning. She says there is much pain and trauma in war, of course, but the hardest is the impact on children. Now, the focus here is on the Ukrainian children taken by the Kremlin. That is what is being alleged. That Kyiv says just about 19,500 children have been taken to Russia since the large-scale invasion began. This conference in Riga is meant to draw attention to this, but also to facilitate an international effort to rescue the children. Zelenska says only 388 kids have been brought back safely, and at that rate, she says it'll take 50 years to get them all home. Now, CBC News did get to speak to a few of the rescued children in Latvia. Those are the images that you're seeing there. One of them is Ilya. He's quite young. He sustained injuries during the war before he was taken from Mariupol. He lost his mother in the war as well, and he says he was shocked about what was happening when there was talk of going to the Russian capital, Moscow. One of the child psychologists who's with the kids, Olena Zelenska, told our team that not only were these children taken from their homeland, but they were basically being brainwashed. Here's what she had to say.
They said to them that nobody needs you, your parents don't need you, your country don't need you anymore. This is what they trying to do. They try to erase any identity, not just Ukrainian nation, but also to family. They just would like to erase the identity.
Now, some of the kids told her that they were told they were actually Russian and always have been, and that Ukraine doesn't even exist. Moscow denies this.
In the meantime, more reaction from Russia. What is it saying about these accusations of child abductions, Abby?
Russia actually says it has 700,000 Ukrainian children, and it says these are not abductions. It is saving these children from war, calling it humanitarian evacuation. But the evidence around mass abductions was enough for the ICC because last March, the International Criminal Court issued 2 arrest warrants, one for Russia's Commissioner for Children's Rights and the other for Russian President Vladimir Putin. Both are being accused of being responsible for the unlawful deportation and transfer of Ukrainian children from the occupied territories in Ukraine to Russia. In 2022, though, Putin did sign a decree to make it easier for Russian families to adopt Ukrainian children. Some officials, his officials, have been accused of adopting children themselves. Moscow, Marianne, denies that too.
So much, Abby. That's Abby Kuhathasan in London this morning.